Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flies in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, okay, Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King, Too Cold, bro. What's good, my guy?
Woo, man. Well, first and foremost, man, it's daylight, man. We got the sun out, boy. Your boys is out here. We are amongst the people. Elliot, what it do, man? What's good with you? We thought we'd come on. We missed the weekend. Some things came up. We missed the weekend. So we both off today. You know what? Hey, let's give the people a little something early in the day, man. Something they wasn't expecting. So we here. We gonna do what we do. But other than that, bro, what's good with you on this fine Monday morning? Or I should say Monday afternoon.
Man, bro, I'm good. Like you say, man, tonight we coming back with the WWE Monday Night Raw block party, but we had to come on here, like you said, man, just talk a little bit about, some of the happenings over the weekend. One being TNA. TNA had Slammiversary. They did their biggest live American attendance since its inception. So that was good, man. That was good. And we had a hell of a card. But the one thing that is on your mind, my mind, and everybody else's mind, at least on the internet wrestling community's mind, is as great of a show that Slammiversary was. And we're going to give it this credit. It was great. The one thing that left people mind boggled is how in the fuck does TNA not own none of their world titles? I mean, Trick Willie, you know what I'm saying? He retained his thing. You got Jayne, she's a WWE NXT Women's and now TNA Knockouts World Champion. So I don't think a lot of people seen that one. I think people might have expected maybe Trick, okay, but to see Jayne on to come up and get that thing as well. And then, of course, you got the meme of, I believe his name is Carlos Silva, who is the owner now of TNA. And, we got all these cuckold memes, and it's funny to watch because, dude, you've been saying this for a long time. First of all, I want to start off with you. I want to give you your props because I've been the guy that's always try to see the glass half full. I always, to a degree, try to play devil's advocate because I try not to get too far off in the weeds with certain stuff. But now that we are a little over a year and some change into this TNA partnership and giving the grief that AEW once upon a time received, how they booked themselves with TNA, bro, WWE, I don't know, brother. Now, you and I, before we got on the air, you did say that you feel like this could be a setup to something greater, more grand for TNA on the backside, right? And let's talk about the numbers. Joe Hendry, him coming over to NXT, did some of the highest numbers on WWE social in history. Jordan Grace, she came over before she became a WWE contracted talent. Some of the highest numbers in WWE history. Now, with that being said, flip the script. For the longest time, we seemed like TNA was giving all their top talent to WWE, NXT, but NXT wasn't necessarily reciprocating that. Now you got Trick Willie, right? Who's a pretty solid name. He is the TNA World Champion. You got Jacy Jayne, who's pretty formidable and credible in her own right. She's now a dual champion. So, okay, WWE like, all right, we're going to give you some names, but them names come with titles. With that being said, bro, hey, after this past weekend, we also got AJ Styles, TNA Impact Wrestling OG. He made his return, put over the young buck, Leon Slater, who was the new TNA X Division champion, who put on a banger with Moose. We got that boy Enzo Amore, Zilla Fatu, and Josh Prohibition, who made their fourth rope debut on TNA as well yesterday. So, bro, as a whole, solid show, solid card, but we got to talk, dude. Hey, WWE, TNA, where do you see this going in the future? The rumors of them wanting to go live a full 52 weeks a year once their current TV deal is up. Is this all part of the plan, like you said?
Before I go, Elliot says I don't think WWE is fucking over TNA. I agree, it doesn't seem fair, but TNA was going downhill with ratings and attendance until the partnership came along, which is very true. Now, with that being said, here was the thing. Okay, is the talent exchange going to be the same? Is it going to be fair? For the beginning of this, it was not fair. You had the TNA people, the top brass people coming to NXT, but you were sending the D squad to TNA.
Yeah.
So then after a while, okay, then you started getting then you went no sorry, then you got the Jordan Grace thing. And we all saw how that went down. And I said, okay, now you gotta do Perez versus Grace for a TNA pay-per-view. You didn't do that. You did the crazy chick versus Jordan Grace for the TNA pay-per-view. You didn't
Yeah.
even give them Roxanne Perez to fight Jordan Grace for her knockouts champion and then for her to lose just like Jordan Grace. You didn't do that. So I don't want to hear that was on the same. You could have paid that way. At least champion get a win over the other. They defend their championships over the other champion. I don't think that looks either person look bad. It can't look no more bad for Roxanne than it did for Jordan Grace when she lost. Even if you want to say interference was the reason, but that was a BS finish. We all knew what that was. Whatever. All right. As the time goes on, then you get Joe Hendry coming over, and then you
Yeah.
start the Trick Williams thing. You know, the trick turn and all that. You hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make sure I'm good. Make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
So then now you got Trick and Hendry. Trick wins.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. We thought, especially he won on NXT. That was the thing. He won on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mike Santana gets a shot. He doesn't win. Hendry gets another shot. He doesn't win. Now they get a triple threat. Neither one of them win. When Trick won, and then it was announced that Jayne would face for the TNA Knockouts Championship, a lot of people were thinking, okay, this will be the moment. This will be the moment where
Yeah.
TNA, they can get a come up. If they win the NXT champ, then okay, it's kind of fair. Now it looks
Yeah.
to be even because now
Yeah.
it's like, okay, now you're saying TNA just don't have people that you can plummet or you can pick from. You know, they actually got real talent. So one of their persons could have won this. I mean, it's Jayne. I'm sorry, it's Jayne. This
Yeah.
wasn't Stephanie. This wasn't Julia. This wasn't Roxanne. Even though that might have been great, but this was Jayne. She could have
Mm-hmm.
lost this championship. I did for her to win the knockout championship. Nah. Now you've lost both of your main titles. When are NXT? When is TNA? And I mean, when is a TNA person, not a person that left WWE and is now working in TNA? When is
Yeah.
a real like Joe Hendry was cool, but when is somebody like Mike Santana cool because they ain't never really been to WWE before?
Yeah.
When is someone like that going to win an NXT championship? Because now I said the bigger picture. The bigger picture is whoever TNA want to put over is going to
Mm-hmm.
beat them at Bound for Glory, but they're going to beat them to retain their championship.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
they're not going to beat them to take the NXT championships unless the championships happen to be win, title for all or something like that happens. Like if Obafemi somehow gets involved with Trick between now and Bound for Glory, then maybe if something like that happens. But when we get to asking the question, like, all right, NXT's winning their belts. They sent some people. They sent the good people over. You see the increase in what we've been saying they haven't been doing. So they've been hearing it. They've been seeing it. They've been stepping it up a little bit. But
Yeah.
in the end, and everybody else has been getting a good limelight. Like I said, Leon and Moose, great
Yeah.
match. That was probably the match
Yeah.
of the night for last night. AJ Styles showing up. AJ Styles is an exception because we know he's in the TNA original. He was there when it was coming up and it was starting. He's part of the reason when it started up. Him, R-Truth, Jeff Jarrett, a whole lot of people. Monty Brown, a whole lot of people. They were there when TNA was coming up, and nobody was giving them shit. They were looking at them like people look at AEW now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for him to come out and do what he did, that was awesome. That was cool. If Trick would have lost, it wouldn't have been a bad thing. Trick won, it's not a bad thing either. Trick retaining, that's cool. But Jayne winning the knockouts too, unless she's putting up both titles at Bound for Glory, I need to see TNA win some NXT championships. And that's where it's still not fair to me because you're taking their best championships and you're going to take their best talent.
Mm-hmm.
What did they get out of this deal? I can't see them getting a TV. I can't see them getting put on TV if people ain't going to if they're not even going to look respectful in the way that they look now. If this was TNA for the past 5 years, I think they should have been put on TV, especially with what they've been doing. But I understood why they haven't, because they've tried and failed too many times, and people don't want to mess with it. We get that. But for now, like moving forward, like will this really benefit TNA, or is everybody just gonna leave TNA, or is it just gonna be like Evolve, or is it just gonna be like NXT and just everything else? You're just gonna get bought up and just main rostered over to you're gonna get moved over to the main roster. But I told you also, I wouldn't be surprised if NXT and TNA combined to be NXTA.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because, like, okay, in a perfect world, I wouldn't mind NXT and TNA, collaborating or becoming one, right?
NXT
Especially with the partnership with AAA. But here is the thing with WWE, and it's not even just WWE. It's business in general, right? Whenever you have two conglomerates, whenever you got two big companies coming together, and then there's one company that has a little more prestige and power and notoriety over another company, even though it's a merger to a degree, that merger usually phases out the lesser company, and the bigger company kind of swallows up, everything whole, and it is what it is. With WWE and TNA, like you said, we've seen this playbook so many times in the past. We've seen this with WCW. We've seen this with ECW. We've seen this with companies who, okay, they were bitter rivals, and then you start kind of having exchange of talent, but eventually, a company goes under, and bam, here you go. WWE is the monopoly again. So it's cool for the moment, but like you said, my thing is this: at what point does TNA outshine WWE in this whole thing? And it's not like, oh, TNA going up against the main roster. It's not like, oh, you put TNA stars over guys from SmackDown, or they going over guys on Raw. Bro, they're on equal footing, really. And if you want to be honest,
it's NXT.
maybe TNA
It's NXT.
Yeah. But I think the thing
Above,
that's crazy to me.
they're above. TNA in a way is a little bit above NXT in a way, and that's the question. It's like, man, with some of the talent, again,
Yeah.
Jordan Grace should not struggle with too many of these women. I understand you want to make everything look competitive, but some of these women, Jordan Grace, I'm sorry, man, she needs to run through a few of these chicks. She needs to run through a few chicks. Not everybody, but a few of them, yeah, she should be running through some of them.
This is what's frustrating me about the partnership. And people are like, oh, it's scripted. No shit, it's scripted. Duh. We know they know who's gonna win. That's not even the point. The point is this. Right. WWE would take talent that they would in WWE not push against other WWE talent for real. Right? But let them go outside of WWE. Now all of a sudden, this motherfucker is just the greatest goddamn thing since sliced bread. Like, you would take somebody who you had on a 20-year losing streak, but because they're WWE talent fighting an outside company, you gonna make sure they win. You gonna make sure they get titles. You gonna make sure, because if they came from WWE, it's like our worst talent is still better than anybody you got. Just off the strip, they got that WWE name. And I think that's what kind of is like a little unbelievable about some of the aspects of this partnership, to me.
Let me put it to you like this. This may come off, however it may come off. You can't tell me Jade Cargill is better than Jordan.
You said better than who?
Jordan Grace.
No.
But where are they both at? And how are both of them being presented? Now we said Jay should have went to NXT and then went through NXT and then came to the main roster. Jordan Grace, she didn't really need to be at NXT this long. She should have got the Stephanie and them treatment, and she should already be on the main roster. Or she should be on the main roster already. Jordan is already more proven than, and we watched Jordan go through the kind of some of the struggles that Jade went through, but we see where she's at now and where she's developed, and it's like, all right, she's ready. But Jade ain't there yet. But yet, it's like, how can I know someone is better than what they are, but they're not being presented the way they are? What's up, big boy? And that's where I feel where Jordan Grace, like, y'all made her look weak when she was in the TNA, and now, Yeah, I get it. It's their formula and how they produce the stars.
Yeah.
You lose and look weak, and then the people get behind you. Sir, you could have just went. And then but it's always been, and lately it's just been the perception of some of the talent, and it's like, man, Jacy, and that's why I'm like, Jayne ain't good enough to win both of them titles. She could have lost that NXT championship.
Yeah.
Jordynne Grace is way better than a lot of what they portray her as, and you can't tell me you push Julia and Stephanie as fast as you are, and Jordynne ain't as good as them. Not regardless of his in-ring character, popularity, you can't tell me she's not up there with them, because she is. She's up there with them. So what? Why? What was the whole reason? And is that from the TNA stands from it? What's up, Jayne? Is that from the TNA stands of it? Is that from what is that from? Like, why are we waiting for this so long for her, but we're watching other people kind of move up, and we're questioning, because now they're questioning if Julia, if has they lost interest in Julia on the main roster already.
You know what this reminds me of? So, and this gonna sound crazy, maybe not. Triple H is doing the same thing Vince McMahon did, just in a different way, right? And I say this: Triple H has a type. Okay, when you look at the especially when it comes to female wrestlers, when you look at the type of women that Triple H pushes, he definitely has a type. And Triple H is doing the same thing that Vince did, in the sense of they're getting all the hottest talent, may not necessarily have nothing to do with them, but because you got them, you got to use them, or you got to at least expose them. I say that to say this: Julia, Roxanne Perez, Zarya, Jordynne Grace, like you say, Stephanie Vacure. Then on the men's side, Ricky Starks. Ethan Page is this is a little different because they kind of been doing something with him, but Ricky kind of been off and on. But long story short, you're getting all the Blake Monroe, you're getting all this talent, but there is only so much time. But here's the thing about time: time waits on nobody, because now you getting these people, and you want to show, oh, okay, well, they're a WWE superstar now, so we got to show them, because this is our new shiny toy. But here's the thing: you're bringing people in the middle of people that you're already currently trying to establish. So what do you have to do? You got to pull some people up to make room for the new people you got. But here's the thing: the new people you pull up, they may not necessarily be ready, but you ain't got no choice, because with this NIL shit, with you acquiring all these other companies, there is too much talent. And what does WWE not want to do? You don't want to sit there and just let that talent sit by the wayside and rot. But unfortunately, it kind of happens by default, because look at Penta and Ray Phoenix. They were the hottest shit coming into WWE. The hottest shit. In WWE, they're still trying to keep them relevant. But let's be honest, bro. Ray Phoenix is nowhere near being presented like the way we thought he would be, especially the way they first presented Penta.
Now, well, not only that, but now he's in a tag team with Andrade. So you got the guy.
Right. Do you remember the big deal WWE made when Andrade first came back, and then 2 weeks later they put him on fucking Speed?
And he's been there since, and he's still been there since. So, well, he's been going back and forth. I think now he's a 2-time Speed champ. But I don't know, he may or may not. But that's been the question we've been asking. It's like, yeah, we know you're the top company. We're not questioning you're the top company. We're questioning, what are you gonna do with all this talent? You're not able to present all this talent the way you are. Now you have your star, you have your regulars, you have the people you're going to put out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The folks that's going to be out there, they're going to make their name, they're out there. And now you got to get all the rest of these other folks in. But where's Austin Theory? I've still been asking, where's Austin Theory? I've still been asking, where's all these other women at? Like, yo, where's all these other people that was on the show, that was supposed to be getting pushed and seen? Like, what's going on? And you pushing people to the side, and it's like, all right, okay, you bringing everybody in. Now, I brought up Julia's name because that is a thing. Like, even though she's the United States champion, but she hasn't really been doing much. So it's like,
Can I say something about that, dude? Okay, you remember you and I. Remember this. Walk with me. Remember this shit, dude. Julie and Stephanie. Oh no. Excuse me, Julie and Roxanne. Remember when they were still in NXT before they got the official call up, and they got called up to Raw. And remember, they were doing something complete. It was a carry across shit all over again. They were doing Johnny Gargano and them and Tommaso Ciampa all over again, where they doing one thing in NXT and doing something completely different on Raw. Then go back to NXT doing the shit that they was doing. Like, what the fuck? It made no sense. They hated each other, but then you brought them up to the main roster as heels,
and
they
Julia turned heel. Julia turned heel, and then they started working together on the main roster, and then they were trying to team
split them up out of nowhere and put them on separate brands after like 3 weeks. It's like, bro, we didn't build on shit.
They didn't really have nothing for them there. And once you also saw some people coming back, and it's like you saw Alexa come back. So it's like you got Bliss coming back. Where's Bliss? We saw Bliss at the Royal Rumble. We've seen her a few times. We ain't seen her much until y'all did the Queen of the Ring tournament. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, now we're starting to see her. And now we're starting to see her more with Charlotte. So now, but they're the established. We're going to see the established as long as they're relevant to go, and they're still highly because Alexa's been missing since she left to go have a baby. So we all knew why Alexa was gone. So it wasn't like, they just didn't sign her. No, she was out having a baby, doing her motherly thing, getting back into shape, coming back. And then once she came back, it's like, oh, Alexa Bliss is back. Great. Now we got all these new matchups because now we got Bliss back. And then now Charlotte's back. But Charlotte's now going on the face run. So now we got Charlotte on the face run with a bunch of new. So now you got the established. You got the ones that's going to win it. That's well established. We know they're the champions. We know they're multi-time champions. We know whenever they get into a match, we know that it's going to be big time. So you got to bring up some of these other women, but you got to bring up some of these other women. Like you got too many of them. Like who you gonna use? Who you gonna pick? What story you got for this? What creative way can you use these people without them needing a huge storyline? And that's the thing that I've always questioned. And I know a lot of people, question that with AEW, but we've been trying to say, I think that's the thing that works for AEW. Yeah, they got some stuff that requires a storyline, but they got some stuff, man, where it's like, dude, we're wrestlers. We're competing. You go out here. Oh, this who you fighting this week? Oh, you beat me? Nah, man. I know I'm better than you. I want a rematch. Okay, cool. You get a rematch, then you win. Guess what? Now you 1-1. It's called it's the formula. You go back and forth and you create something out of it, and then you go on to fight somebody else, and then here comes an opportunity where now the person's rivalry with, guess what? Now y'all back at it because now here's an opportunity for a championship. That's how it's supposed to go. And yeah, you got to bring people up, but you don't necessarily have to have a storyline for everybody. I think you could just put on some good wrestling and some new matchups and let something create out of that. There's nothing wrong with letting that be the creation of a storyline and a rivalry, because sometimes that's what you need. We don't need something complex and stupid that takes you away from the story and wanting you from watching it.
First of all, bro, hold on. I was just here listening to you, because normally you would say something and I'll hear it and I want to try to catch the thought in the moment. But first of all, hey, let me tell you, bro, you was talking that shit, bro. I want you to keep going. I don't care if you just made some shit up. I'm like, keep going. I guess.
I gotta let my boy. I gotta get your thoughts after I say some shit. I gotta get your thoughts.
No. Well, it's funny you said that. And before I say that, I do want to point out something Big Boy said. He says WWE does have a history of making certain championships look inferior to the other championships. To your point, with the Women's United States Championship and the Women's Intercontinental Championship, how do you feel about the secondary women's titles? Because I feel like after
for the Intercontinental Championship, they did great. The problem was you just had a women's pay-per-view. Where was your Women's United States Champion? You had an all-women's pay-per-view, and your
every women's championship should have been on the line.
Was not on the card.
Yeah.
And this is Julia. This is one of these people. You brought her in, put the NXT Championship on her. You skyrocketed her to the moon. Then you skyrocketed her to the main roster. You skyrocketed her to put in this chat, and then you didn't even use her. You didn't have a match. You could have just did a match. We didn't need anything. Man, you just take, hey, you four, go in this match with her and y'all, she's winning. Go out there and do what y'all do. That was it. You didn't have to do nothing crazy. How did you not? And that's to Big Boy's point. They did something with the women's because we got the triple threat. We had the triple threat match between Lara, Becky, and Bayley. And that was the match of the night, along with the main event, the start and the finish. So that was done right. And then what they did on Raw the next night, the 2 out of 3 falls to build up to who's going to face Becky at SummerSlam. Okay, cool. You did exactly what you were supposed to do with that. What are you doing with Julia? What are you doing with this other? And she's not Selena. With Selena, I can get why you don't have nothing planned for her because you didn't really plan shit for Selena. I think you just wanted to give her the championship. Right. Okay, fine. But this is Julia. You ain't got enough people. There's nobody on the SmackDown roster. Nobody.
So this is where I don't want to compare apples to apples, but I think with Julia, you're running into the same problem you had with Asuka. Julia is such a legitimate threat. She has such a character. But I think and I know some people gonna say, "Oh, with Stephanie back here too." Yeah, but Stephanie's English has gotten a little bit better. And Stephanie is over in a much different way than Julia, and you know where I'm going with that. Yeah. So that we leave Steph out of the equation because it's clear they already making her the next face.
Yeah, she's got a title shot in Paris.
Yeah,
so she's good.
But with Julia, I think the in-ring is there. They're just having trouble marketing her properly. And I think I don't. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. We go back to what did we say before? We talked about Shinsuke. WWE has a problem booking certain talent, especially when certain talent. It's already one thing if you can't cut a promo. It's a whole nother thing when you can barely speak English, which is a big thing for WWE when they're pushing their talent.
The thing with that is, for Asuka and Shinsuke, it was Vince.
Yeah.
What's the issue now? What's the issue now? It's not Vince running it now. Then because we knew how Vince looked at people and we knew how he viewed things, and obviously he wasn't paying attention to Asuka, but Asuka's blowing up in NXT. She's becoming this big thing. He brings her up to the main roster. People are happy about it, but Vince, for some ever reason, couldn't understand why we liked this girl and why, because we liked her style. We liked what she brought. She wasn't just something pretty. She was badass. She was hurtful. She came in there to beat ass. She didn't come in there to look pretty. She came in there to look crazy and whoop ass. And we loved it. And that's what we wanted to see. So when we got her and Charlotte, it should have been her winning, period. That would have been huge for Vince. If WWE really wanted to try to move into that Japan market, hey, Asuka winning at WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair would have been a great way to do it. You did it with Jinder Mahal. You let Jinder Mahal win the championship. You didn't let Asuka win it, and she was actually popular and over. So that was that. When you look at now, it's too many people.
Yeah.
That's the problem now. The problem is now you got too many women because now you're focused on Jay. You got to try to push Jay. So Jay's getting all the push, but you can't forget about Tiffany, but then you can't forget about Nia. And then you still got Meechin and B-Fab doing nothing, which you spending wasted time on B-Fab. Get her up out of there. The priority. The problem is the priority, bro. The priority is just terrible, man. And they need to figure that shit out somehow. I'm just saying.
I'm trying so hard to be professional, but it was just.
Hey man, she need to go, man. She need to go, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You putting talent that's not getting over on TV more than the talent that you not putting on TV. The talent that people want to see. I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and. I'm not saying I don't want to see my black woman shine, but obviously B-Fab ain't on the same level as Naomi. Yeah. I'm good with one. Hey, one got to go. See you, B-Fab. You got to go, baby. You got to go. All right, we got Jay, we got Bianca, and we got Lash Legend. We good. We good. I see what we got over. We good. B-Fab. Hey, whoo, nice knowing you.
Speaking of,
I need somebody else that's more talented to come up.
Speaking of Lash Legend and Bianca and Jade and Jada, Miss Parker,
And Miss Parker.
dude. So the women's evolved champion Kelly Armstrong. I don't know if you hip to her, bruh. She's had. Hey.
I've heard of her.
She one of them ones. I
She-
watched her
she-
match
she
on
coming up.
NXT. If Lash Legend and Jada Parker and Bianca Belair somehow made a baby, it's her. She got the build. She got the build of like a Lash. She thick like Lash, but strong and jack like Jada Bianca. But she talk that talk like Jada, boy. She gonna be a problem, my dog. But we can't forget, we still got the Zarias of the world. We still got the Sol Rukas of the world. We got Kalani Jordan talking that talk in her bag. And again, it's not necessarily always that a person isn't good. Sometimes they just need to change their character. Because how many times have we seen people trying to be a face and it just, no matter what, it just doesn't work? People like Jade Cargill. I love Jade to death, and I understand. When you look at Jade Cargill, bro, she looks like a fucking superhero. But this is the world of professional wrestling. This is WWE. Bro, she's a fucking villain. I'm sorry. You gotta let her be that. You're trying to, I get it. You're trying to appeal to the kids and the little girls and all that. Bro, sometimes you just gotta say, fuck them kids. Because much like Roman Reigns and much like John Cena, when a person becomes bad and so good at being bad that they have no choice but to turn good, it's going to all come full circle anyway.
I think the only way a Jade face turn can work is if you turn Bianca.
But Bianca got it, bro. She got it, and
Only way it's gonna work.
The internet already hates Jade so much. Bianca got to beat the dog shit out of Jade. Like you gotta,
whatever it is she got to do, she got to do it in order for people to like Jade. Because
let me ask you,
I have a feeling whatever happens, Jade will. I feel like people will boo Jade. Whatever the matchup is, whatever the match is, whatever you put together, if the people are going to choose, they're going to choose Bianca and they're going to boo Jade. So which is going to end up turning her heel. But if they don't want her heel, you got to find a way to make Bianca that ultimate bitch. Period. What's up, Lonnie? Big boy, I want to get to your comment in a second.
No, definitely. My thing is, I'm scared it's gonna be Charlotte versus Becky all over again. You remember when Becky beat the fuck out of Charlotte? That was about to turn Becky heel, but the crowd, bro, they loved it.
And they gonna love Bianca as heel, but you got to, but it's got to work in a way where it favors Jade, and I don't know if that happens. That's why I'm like, just go ahead and just let her turn heel. Like let her turn heel and let her be the most diabolical heel you can create. Mm-hmm. Why not, man? We need great heels. Everybody can't be the great baby face of the man. Sometimes, man, you need somebody. Sometimes you need a Triple H.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a Charlotte Flair. Sometimes you need somebody like that, man. And why not let her be that? If Bianca's gonna be the forever baby face, just because of her whole, best, the strongest, of just the way she presents. If she's going to be that, again, that's going to be a hard turn. That's going to be a real hard turn to make people just all of a sudden just flip on Bianca like that. Yeah. So if you can't do that, if you can't come up with a creative way to do that, you got to let Jay be that bitch. And if anything, we all know Jay can be that bitch. Oh, we know she can be that. And that will help with the wrestling because now she doesn't have to be so cookie cutter in the ring. Now she can be dirty. Now she can be ruthless. And so when she does something, it looks different, and you'll look at it differently compared to her having to be a face and not do the devilly davish things that they're not supposed to do. Let her have that. You're gonna have to let her have that because this ain't working for her. It needs to flip for her. But Big Boy says, man, which is ironic because Asuka just cut a promo on Judgment Day in English and Japanese on her YouTube channel, but why she's not doing it on WWE TV? Well, it depends on what she actually said. I don't know what she said. She might have went back and it might be choosy of words, but that's always been a thing with WWE. They'll let some people talk when they have a creative reasoning for it. Other than that, you're not just gonna do that just to do it.
Yeah.
He's also said he rocks with Kyla. Lonnie said, "What's up?" And people said, "I was just thinking about that with Becky and Charlotte." Yeah, of course, like that. It works, but sometimes you gotta let the But then again, let's say you try to turn Jay heel, but it actually ends up turning in your favor, and it makes her a face anyway. You
Yeah.
still run with that. You still
Yeah.
flip it, however however it's going to go. But I, I just think it'd be better for her to go heel. But again, you got Julia. Julia needs to fight somebody. Everybody can't be going after Tiffany. Everybody can't be going after Tiffany. Somebody got to be going after Julia. Like, damn, man. Come on, man. You got enough people going after Tiffany. Somebody and you just had one person cash in and go to Raw. So somebody need, hey, Nia Jax, if you ain't finna Nia, hey, go fight Julia or Michin. Go fight Julia. Shit, hell, give me Michin. I'll take Michin.
You know what's crazy? Michin, as reckless as her style is versus now, I'm liking that better than the Zelina. As a Michin, give me that Nia Jax versus Julia. Julia, she's a striker and she's a hard hitter like Oscar. She needs somebody that's gonna take that and get that shit back to her. I like that. I like that.
But you got to give her somebody, man. You got to do something with her though. Again, you had your all women's pay per view, and the women's United States champion was not on the card. Like that's like, come on, man. Like there was no. I ain't gonna lie. What match took place? There was probably one match that probably didn't need to take place that took place, and you could have did that, or you could have added her into a match and maybe, and she wasn't even in the battle royal. Now that I think about it, like damn, you wasn't even in the battle royal. How was you not even on the battle royal?
Yeah,
battle royal could have been for your United States Championship, and you could have still walked out with
it. Yeah.
But they wanted to give the title shot to Stephanie, which it is what it is. But again, like you say, that they're pushing. You see where Stephanie, and yeah, it's the little, the what is it called, the
devil's kiss, the
devil's kiss. Yeah. Booker T helped put it on the map. But she's actually good in the ring. Besides that one,
very much so.
And Julia is good, but I don't think her style and the way she attacked, and sometimes she's a little botchy. If you really watch Julia a few times, she is a little botchy, but she's still really, really good.
Yeah.
You got to give her somebody. I mean, I understand right now you got I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Who would really be perfect for her right now would be probably Alexa Bliss or Charlotte. Somebody with a name. You got to give her somebody name like you did with Lyra with Becky Lynch. You got to give her somebody to really go in there and a battle with. So if the tag team thing don't really work out, maybe that'll be something. But hopefully they'll figure out something to do with her before then, because we don't know how long that's going to be. Because that tag team thing looks like it's going to be a minute. That Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, like it's going to be a thing for a while until they decide they want to split it up and fight each other.
Yeah. Well, Charlotte did say she wanted to be a face. She's tired of being a heel, and she said that that's something actively, legitimately she wants to be. And that's the thing too, dude. Because I know Charlotte get a lot of shit. I mean, I've said this a million times. I've not been shy. I've always respected the work and the accolades of Charlotte. Can't say I've always been a Charlotte fan. Right. Now, looking back at it now, I've become more of a fan recently. And I can understand, man, because it's like at the end of the day, Charlotte can't help the fact that WWE wants to push her. And I think that's the thing, too.
She can't help the fact the way Vince pushed her.
Well, yeah, and I think as fans sometimes you kind of look at it like, oh man, like even Roman Reigns, bro, Roman Reigns was so hated. Rey Mysterio, the most lovable babyface of all time, got booed at the Royal Rumble because it wasn't who they thought it was gonna be, and it's just like, bruh. So it's like we can't. You can't necessarily get mad at the talent for that, bro. WWE gonna push you. WWE gonna push. And to see Charlotte like, hey, look, man, I just want to love the fans. I want to do the media. I want to sign the autographs. I want to woo and not get booed. I want to dap up the little kids, but I can't because I got to play ill because y'all don't fucking like me.
I do see one upside happening, and it depends on how much longer she's going to be in NXT. But boy, so Ruka could be called up to SmackDown.
Oh yeah. Hey, now she one of them ones. She is one of them fucking ones. And put her ass on SmackDown. Don't put her on Raw. Put her on SmackDown.
That's why I said SmackDown, because you already had the match. You did your move on Charlotte. She sold it. People saw it. People watched it. They want to see more of you. So I could see, I could definitely see something happening. Big Boy says, I guess now SmackDown has a problem with a lack of heels on their women's division since Naomi's now on Raw. So they fill the void of a top women's heel on Raw with Liv out but they still have a problem, even though they fixed their women's heel problem. But the problem is it's not that they didn't fix it. It's the fact that you got to put the other people out there. You got other people you could use. I mean, I'm sorry, man. You got Chelsea Green walking around with two people who can, who else could be challenging for this title? I'm sorry, Kaylee Ray, Amber Fire, whatever. I already said she needs to be doing more. So why not? Why not let it Kaylee Ray versus Julia? Come on, man. Kaylee Ray, we know what Kaylee Ray can do. We know what she can do. Let her and Julia go at it. Like, there's people there you have. You're just, it's storyline, in which I understand it because it's the entertainment aspect of it. So it's a storyline. But you got a chick who you rushed. You rushed her. You rushed her up here.
Yeah.
You could have left her down. You could have left her in NXT. You rushed her up here. Got to find something to do. So I mean, it still got time, but man, SmackDown this Friday. We got a surprise for y'all, but we ain't gonna say nothing. They better figure out something to do with Julia. She better be on the card wrestling, doing something, building up something. It's SummerSlam. She better not miss another pay-per-view. Let me put it like that. It's 2 nights. It's 2 nights. You got no excuse not to have her on one of those nights.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. If I see Stephanie Vaquer or Roxanne Perez, I'm clocking out. I'm clocking out. I quit. Hey, fuck that sabbatical.
You stupid. Big Boy says, man, oh yeah, you got it. He said, man, you said the right name, Kelly Ray, not Amber Fire.
Yeah, they need to go back to Kelly Ray. Fuck that Amber Fire shit. Like, I'm glad they went back to Piper Niven and dropped that dewdrop bullshit.
Right, man. Go back to Kelly Ray, man. Let her have her name back and let her be that English ass kicker that she was. Boy, she was an ass kicker, boy. Only person that was able to kick Rhea Ripley's ass the way she was her. I'm like, hey, I want to see more of her. But
hey, speaking of, hopefully soon-ish, we get that boy Ilya Zhigniew.
Coming back. All right, man, they got to find a place for him. I don't know.
But think about this. But think about this right now. Ilya versus Ilya versus Dragon Lee. What?
No, you just said the name right there. Where the hell is Pete Dunne?
Yeah.
What is Pete Dunne doing?
Yeah.
Like, where's all these people at, man?
You know what's crazy? Damn, bro. Where is Pete Dunne? Where's Tyler Bate?
Where's all these people at, man? Where's all these people at?
I didn't even realize. Yeah.
And that's why I question everything that I'm seeing with the TNA and the NXT, just to bring it back full circle, because I know we can get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Got a second show to do later tonight. We just want to give y'all a taste. We owe y'all, so we got to do what we do. But this is why I question the whole direction of the WWE, TNA, and what the talent exchange. Like, man, are you really exchange? I can see a bigger picture for some of the stuff TNA is going to do. Like I said, the Bound for Glory stuff. I can see them winning back their world titles. I can see the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys, which they're going to do. They announced they're going to have one last final match at Bound for Glory. It ain't going to be great. Devon probably ain't wrestled in 10 years, but he's going to somehow pull it out. Bubba Ray is Bubba Ray. The Hardy Boys, this will probably be their last hurrah. Yeah. They hadn't fucked up. They would have added the AEW championships to their title. That was Jeff's fault. That was Jeff's fault. I love Jeff. Bro, we was excited. I was waiting for it. I digress. But I do see a bigger grand thing coming for TNA in that regard. But I'm going to ask this question again.
When
is it going to be reciprocated back to TNA for them to come in? I want to see Moose come in and beat Obafemi. I'll be happy. I'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
I'll be satisfied.
Now
you tell me, Moose.
That's a motherfucker right there, bro. If you got anybody from TNA to win a WWE championship, you better fucking bring Moose. I don't give a fuck. Let him win it, bro. Moose is made for WWE, and that's the thing. I don't get it. Moose is made for WWE, bro. Like Moose is made for that shit.
See how they're pushing. He see how they're pushing them, man.
Oh, he ain't stupid.
He did what he did, but you know that he did that, but he was X-Division champion. Now he lost that, but no, man. Let Moose be Moose and let him fight Obafemi and let him beat Obafemi for that NXT championship. Hey, now I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say because now a TNA original has came in and won one of their go, and now they get to flaunt it back, and now he get to fight. Yeah, let that happen like that.
You know what's crazy? Here's a guy that's on the main roster where I don't feel like it's too out of the realm of possibility, but I think would be a crazy fucking match. Give me and this is gonna be random. Give me a Moose and give me a Braun Breaker.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a match, but Braun Breaker.
Like, because Braun, he's on the rise, but he's not to the point of like a Seth Rollins or somebody where it's just like it just wouldn't make sense. I feel like that'd be great for both of them.
He's beating Moose.
He's beating Moose. I wouldn't be mad at him. I would not be.
Okay, I was about to say he's beating Moose. Okay.
Hey, but you know what? Moose has got more years behind him than in front of him. Let Braun Breaker get that, but let Moose get his moment, bro. Let Moose go in there and just start dog walking.
Let him look good. All he is that you ain't.
But then Braun hit him with that 23-mile-an-hour spear and just fold his ass.
Hit him with his own medicine. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, we might be able to roll with that, man. But again, man, right now WWE's got a lot. They got a lot. You bring it in. You got TNA. You got Evolve. You got AAA. Still got your own NXT and everybody you bringing into that. Plus, you got the main roster and the people that you're still bringing in and signing into that. Yeah, you're letting folks go. You're letting folks go, which we all know. We all said this is going to be happening. We all about to watch who's being let go to be brought in and be pushed.
Yeah.
So, I honestly, we're just gonna have to sit back and we're gonna have to wait and see. Now that they added this extra layer with Jacy Jayne now holding the Knockouts Championship along with Trick, we're gonna have to sit back and watch it unfold. I mean, hey, look, I know we just got done with the Death Rider, so nobody's in the mood to watch some terrible story writing like that. I know nobody has the patience to really but we gotta have the patience to see this thing through. When is Bound for Glory? I want to say October.
October.
Okay, so you it's all what, July, August, September, a couple of months. We got to see where it goes from there. A lot can happen between now and then. A lot can happen.
You know what? That was a smart announcement. Announce that shit early as fuck. Now you build up the hype. You build up the anticipation. You got months to do it.
That's their WrestleMania. Bound for Glory is their WrestleMania. And
you could take your time.
Yeah, you can, but will it pay off? Or will WWE look like the golden goose as they always do? Tune in next time to find out.
Hey, bro, if WWE take the TNA Tag Team titles too, I quit. I quit,
bro. And the X Division.
I quit, bro.
If they walk in and take all them titles, bro, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. And again, I don't care if Nick Nemeth gets the NXT championship. Bro, you already had it. That does nothing for me. That does nothing for me. Mustafa Ali, love him. I may want to see him do it because I like him and I know he's been underused and was underappreciated. So to see him come back and get it, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it, but it wouldn't be the same. It's got to be a Moose. It's got to be a Kazarian. It's got to be some people who really didn't get the chance or the opportunity to run through WWE and they had to go elsewhere just to become a name. Big Boy says he can see Jordan Grace versus Jacy at Bound for Glory, maybe. I mean, you could, okay, but no, No, because Jordan Grace just left TNA.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And no, that's not. No, she just
Yeah.
left TNA. And what she's gonna beat the current NXT Women's Champion. She already works for NXT. And she's gonna
I got
beat
a
her at
name
Bound
for
for
you.
Glory for the
I
TNA
got a
Women's
name
Champion.
for you.
No, come on, man.
The Boricua badass Tasha Steelz. Give me that
Okay.
shit. Give me
Okay.
that shit.
Fine. Great. She's a TNA original. She
Mhm.
wins. Yes.
Mhm.
She.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you cut yourself off. You cut yourself off. Damn, I feel like that rant was about to be good too. Hold on.
That was about to be good, man, because I was about to get into it. Like, in hell, you about to try to convince me, oh, Jordan Grace coming in and winning the NXT or the TNA World Championship is big. No, the fuck it ain't. How the hell is that big? She's a 4-time women's knockout champion already. She just left the company. She ain't even been going for the company for a whole year. Get out of here, man. I don't want to hear that. No. Give me an original beating NXT for NXT's championship. I need an original. I need a Moose. Moose or somebody needs to take one of their championships. I don't care if it's a North American. I don't care if it's a tag team. I don't care what it is, but they got to definitely get one of them big titles, and they can get whatever little title. But until I see that, hey, WWE just pillaging me.
Nah, bro. Hey, dude. First of all, this has been a really, really great talk. We said 20 to 30. We almost doubled that, but I ain't got no complaints because, bro, the people has been peopling. Shout out to everybody that tuned in right now. I got to make sure I mention this. Y'all, we are coming back on tonight for the Monday Night Black Party, talking all things WWE Raw and any other wrestling news and rumors that may arise between now and then. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and anywhere you get your wrestling podcasts. And as always, I couldn't have done it without my bro. We couldn't have done it without you. Bro, before we get out of here, man, any final thoughts for the people?
Man, I think we ran it enough.
Well, hey, look, man, until tonight.
Kyle Fletcher's fighting Dustin, we got enough crazy, stuff going on, man. But I think Slammiversary took the cake for the weekend of just everything that happened. Good to see the OG come back and speak to the crowd.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll fight Trick Williams. But and they'll for the TNA World Championship. We can see that, but AJ Styles gets a pass, bro. You the OG. Who's gonna complain about you winning the championship?
Exactly.
Who's gonna complain? We're gonna enjoy it, but we still want an original, somebody who's never been to WWE to win these belts. But it is what it is. But until then, we'll see y'all later on tonight.
Peace.